Hi,
Okay.
everyone. I'm Stephanie Mitchell, CEO and founder of Stephanie Mitchell Media. I do graphic design. Today, I have with me Kerry Battle from Pest. Kerry so graciously agreed to spend time with us today and to tell us about his business and whatever else that we chat about. So, yeah, it's just like a conversation type of format. So Carrie, I met Carrie in my BNI group, Business Network International. So Carrie, welcome. And would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Thank you for having me on to talk to me. Again, my name is Kerry Battle, uh, Pest King. I'm trying to advertise here.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
Pest King. I'm an entrepreneur as well. Um, so I do pest control. That's the business that we have. Also, my podcast is want to try to make that blow up. When I have what they call it. It's called Real Spill 101. So I want to have like a real talk podcast. Then also a pastor, so I do a lot.
So you're a very well-rounded individual.
I, you talk about physically, yes.
So you have many talents. How did you get into pest control? How did you start? Because you and your wife own that business, correct?
Correct. Um, well, that's a long story, and I've always liked nature. I've always liked bugs and insects. I never thought I would own my own business, but I would love to go to like little wildlife refuges and museums to check out, insects and animals. It's always been nature, fascinating trees,
Mm-hmm.
So I got it. I worked like 10 years for as a corrections officer, and after 10 years, I just needed a change in life, and so I got
Mm-hmm.
a job from corrections to going to a place called True Green. True Green, I worked with True
Oh,
Green,
yeah, I've heard of it.
where I worked with
Mhm.
them for a few years, and I did lawn care. Then I went to the hort program, so I doing horticulture, and from horticulture to from there I went to Cook's Pest Control, and worked at
Oh,
Cook's.
uh-huh. Mhm.
Started become I became what they call a peak performer. Made what they call President's Club, and I started listening and looking and learning and seeing how they make the money and looking at it and learning those chemicals. I figured, hey, let me cut the middleman out. You know,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
also, I kind of got tired of people, trying to control your life, telling you when you can take vacation, when you can, you know,
Mhm.
you have to ask people permission to live your life. I don't think no man should be able to have to live like that. So I decided to just step out on faith and do my own thing and trust in the Most High to gap.
And it seems like it's been turning out pretty well for you. How is that? When did you and your wife start that business?
We started
Pest King.
November 2021.
And so you got right into the networking and doing all of that to grow your client base or your customer base.
Well, I got to the networking. I actually got to be, and I more so because of the atmosphere, the people. Just the people was nice, friendly.
Yeah.
They seemed to care. So I know the business is part of come, but I think the people knowing them and just seeing their lives is much more better than the business side. This to me.
I love your perspective because that's relationships do come first in business. They have to before the sale is made or the and you have figured that out and it definitely I'm sure your business will be more successful because of that and probably is already thriving. So I know that um you probably have you mentioned some other pest control companies. There's some competition in the area I would imagine you would be wanting to talk to maybe people in the real estate industry because that's how we were introduced to our pest control company initially. That the real estate agent said, "Oh, this is, a good one, whatever." But yeah, so would that be a good you probably are already talking to some?
I'm talking to a couple of real estate agents, um, hoping I can get that door open. Also, a lot of Airbnbs. I do like I want to do more commercial than I do than residential, but I would prefer to do both. But
Okay.
I like to help people who have like of course businesses,
Mhm.
Airbnbs, hotels, because ant beds and certain issues that they have that I know that I can fix, just to kind of get my feet wet and let people know that you have good quality pest control. You don't have to always go to the big dogs. It's the little dogs too. We get barked too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you probably have better customer service also, I'm sure you do, because it's so annoying to call and it's some kinda automated thing for, a major a
Right.
major pest control company, and then you gotta wait for them to call back, and it's really, it's frustrating, so that customer service aspect, I think if people value the convenience of wanting to hear back in a timely manner or just to be able to talk to a real person, I think that's worth a lot, especially these days.
Yes, everything's automated these days, and that's one thing
Mhm.
I've learned. Even when I first started doing pest control, that customer service, that's the important part. Learn how to, because in pest control you want your customer to be able to see the value of the service, not just
Yeah.
see it as a bill. And they're gonna be able to see the value of their services. They gotta know you. They gotta be able to trust you, and they gotta know that you care more about them than a paycheck. And I've experienced
Yeah.
that. I've seen customers cancel no matter how good of a service you do. People to cancel their service when they like it's a bill, but when you seem to care and matter
Mhm.
about them, they'll stay because they know you're trying to protect them from something, such as allergies, fire ants, roaches, spiders, brown recluse, rodents.
Yeah.
When you can educate people and then you can show their concern, you can keep the
Mhm.
customer.
Yeah, and, so it sound if I heard you correctly, so you prefer to do commercial pest control, but you would like to do both commercial and residential, or did I get that right?
I would like to do both.
Mhm.
I've done residential for about 3 or 4 years without doing commercial, and now that I've been doing, I have a few commercial buildings. I like to do both. Uh, they're both beneficial. They both have their places. And
Mhm.
I want to do commercial more so to let them know that we're in the community. I think because we can reach out and help the community more, uh, having that face that people can say, okay, yeah, that they're in the community. Now we can sponsor. Our goal is not just to do pest control, but our goal is to help our community, such as if we can build up stuff, we can show agriculture, show how to plant gardens, show how to do certain things to kind of like teach
Ah.
people in the community to learn about insect pests, to learn about growing gardens, trees, and just so it's more than just pest control. It's a whole big old vision behind it, and then we can get our face
Ah.
in the commercial side, and people can see us and be more trustworthy.
That's very unique that you added that and you have that horticultural background, right? So the gardening and all of that, you have a lot of valuable knowledge in that area.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I think I might got just a little bit of knowledge.
Well, you probably know more than me. I always seem to accidentally kill plants. I don't know how. I try to grow them, but I probably overwater them. I don't know.
Man, I love it. I love the way I love doing grass, lawns. I love shrubbery as well. But it's
Mhm.
nothing. It's not like seeing that grass transform from when you may have dirt spots all over, weeds and everything, and you
Yeah.
can working on that
Yeah.
yard, and it look like a golf course. The satisfaction.
That's awesome. So you don't do lawn service, right? But you give people advice on their lawn care and things?
I do. I, 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 I,
Mhm.
I'm not licensed in doing lawn care, so I can't because you got to have your license in it. But I can
Oh,
give
okay.
advice on, if someone is having problems with their lawn care, I can tell them all about their lawn. I can tell them exactly what to do, and it'll fix their problem. Lawn,
That's really cool.
shrubbery, um,
Mhm.
all that. What we do because pest control, we do outside perimeter around homes.
Mhm. Yeah.
So some of the things that we use in pest control, they also use in horticulture as well, to eliminate certain things
Oh,
like mosquitoes, maybe get certain things, because most of your insects going to come from your shrubbery, spiders, uh, those roaches, Japanese beetles, certain things that go in
yeah.
your rose bushes. We have certain things that would eliminate the insect to protect the plant. So I can help them out
So
some way.
those plants, so it sounds like there's certain plants that repel, uh, insects, or is that just sort of is that what you or is there a spray or the plants and the
Well, for the pest control, it's just we spray around the perimeter to eliminate insect.
yeah.
And then, of course, some of those insects, eat out those plants. So it does kind of protect,
Mhm.
So, but our goal is
Yeah.
just get rid of the insect to control the insects. So the customer now when it comes to lawn care, then we do stuff to protect the shrubbery like insect and disease, and also
Mhm.
things from off the trees or the plants that can harm them or that can cause disease to be on. Yes, I have the knowledge of that, very good knowledge
Yeah.
of it. I'm not licensed in that department, so I can't
Mhm.
perform in anybody's yard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But my
Yeah,
pest
I'm
control,
looking for your pest control. What did you
yeah,
say?
my pest control, I'm fully licensed and
Oh,
everything.
yeah. I'm sure you are. Um, yeah, so that's really cool. So that does that keep you pretty busy? Or are you still looking for more customers?
I'm looking for more.
Yeah.
I always can
You
take
wanna
more.
get your face out there like you said.
Yes, I want to
Mhm.
be number 1 in my city.
Yeah. The pest king, right? The
Mhm.
king of pest control.
Yes, that's the best battle your pest. You know, and I gotta live up to that name. So I'm ready for the challenge.
And it is a challenge, I'm sure. What is the most frightening thing you've come across? I mean, you mentioned brown recluses. I know that we've been nervous at times if we had one and we get our stuff sprayed pretty frequently, but, what is the scariest thing you've come across?
Snakes.
Mm,
I have a
mhm.
lot of houses that I do. They have that rodent issues. Certain houses in the county areas, or certain houses that are around certain restaurants. Uh, Rodent issues. So when you have houses in the county area, they have rats and mice. You got a snake. So it's nothing like
Yeah.
ran around a house and you jump out the ground 4 or 5 feet because this snake jump ran past your foot.
Yeah, that's so scary.
Yes, I seen it twice. Um, I seen one.
It's very common here, right? The snakes, I mean, I've seen them even just in my neighborhood multiple times.
Right, I had a friend that got that. In my former company that I worked for, was
Ooh.
bit by a rattlesnake under someone's crawl space. Yep,
In someone oh,
he was going
I
under
wouldn't
there,
think of that.
remove a moisture barrier. What they call it, a moisture barrier. Those are the plastic
Mhm.
up on the house. While he was in there getting it out, he was bit. I mean, he lived. He went to the hospital and stayed for maybe about a week or whatever to make sure he was okay.
Oh, wow.
That was
Yeah,
scary.
that is really scary. Mm,
But I mean, that's not common, but it's
yeah.
possible. Then
Yeah.
the gross thing I ever seen, the most gross thing I ever seen. Hmm. I don't know what to say, bed bugs or roaches. Um, I've
Ooh,
been to,
bed
or
bugs.
I've been to houses where I open the cabbage in the kitchen and you'll see about a
Mm,
thousand.
1,000 roaches?
You'll see about the thousands. When I tell you the thousands, I mean exactly what
Oh,
I'm saying.
in the thousands
The
of
thousands.
roaches in the cupboards.
Roaches falling all in the door frames and on the ceiling. Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen that a few times.
oh my goodness. So, were they were they living there? Were the people living in the house?
Yes,
That seems really unsafe living conditions. I mean, I don't think roaches bite, right? But it's just not necessarily sanitary or what kind of issue, because
right.
they might drop in your food or something,
Ooh,
I guess.
yeah, you're
You
gonna
know,
have it cause all kind of issues.
protein, extra protein.
Well, hey, if you need your little protein shake, you get you a couple of little roaches in your milk.
Roaches.
Um, it's
Oh,
yeah,
that's so scary.
yeah, roaches. Let me see, rats. I've had rat infestations. That
Mm,
that
mhm.
while talking to the customer about their problem, you see them running around and jump out of stuff, and you're like, whoa, yeah. When they're doing
While
that,
you're talking to the customer in their
that's the
house.
problem. Yes,
Oh, no, that's so just a lot, a high volume.
yeah. So yeah, but I love it when it's like that. I can come in and take
Oh,
care of
do
the
you?
problem. Oh yeah, because I can come in and prove to you, who I am then, and also
Yeah,
can begin to show the importance of pest control. That pest control, I think that everybody in this country should have pest control. It's
I
very, very
agree.
important. Yes, it's very
Yeah,
important.
I agree. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's a privilege to be able to have it, and also if we don't, we can start to get sick or, um, those are big safety issues for or if somebody has kids or pets that could get bitten and,
All right.
um
This is called asthma, emphysema. Um,
oh,
it's all kind of stuff.
interesting.
A problem a roach can cause for you or a rat disease. Oof. So
Yeah, yeah. So I've
and
heard of rats that are oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was listening. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, no, I think I interrupted by accident. So, what's I've heard of rats that are as big as cats. Have you seen those or are those, or what's the biggest one you've seen?
They might they might be in New York somewhere. You got them that big. Now, I have seen some pretty large ones. Can you see my hand? I have seen some
Yeah,
large ones. I think the biggest
yeah,
rat that
our
we have
YouTube
here.
audience will be able to see, but yeah, it's when he held up his hands, it's what do you think? How many feet is that?
That's about maybe it's 4 inches, maybe. Let me see.
4 inches, yeah.
Four
So
four to 6 inches.
it's sizable for
Mm-hmm.
the people listening on audio only. Mhm.
I got a uh here we have what they call roof rats. Also we have roof rats. We have also what they call Norway rats, and those are our two largest rats here. Roof rats get in your attic and stuff like that, and
Okay.
they're longer than Norway rat is long. Now you can tell the difference between their tails, but also the roof rat's common name is what they call a black rat or a big black rat. Or then you might see what a Norway would be like maybe like a brown rat. You
Mhm.
know, they're long. They're pretty sizable. And
Yeah.
then they're smart. A rat is
Oh,
actually
are
intelligent.
they?
Yeah.
Oh,
The house mouse
interesting.
might be a little bit down. The house mouse may be about big as my thumb. You know,
Mhm, mhm.
but they don't see well, but they can hear
The
and make
house mice,
house mouse. So, yeah, little bitty old thing. But
they don't hear well.
they don't see well.
Oh, they don't see well, okay.
They run along the perimeter of your kitchen or like against the walls, try to get away or whatever. But the roof rats, the
Yeah.
roof, yeah, they long. They
They're
they can.
long and intelligent, so
Yes, they're
they
smart. the Norway rat is smart. The roof rat can walk along tree lines, get on your roof, get in
Uh-huh.
your attic, and make a whole house, make a whole village in your attic.
Just like, Ratatouille, that movie.
Yeah.
Like, when the roof comes in, I don't know if you've seen that,
Did you
but
like that movie Ratatouille?
yeah, I like that
Yeah.
movie.
Did you like when the man came in and he ate that bite and it took him back to his childhood? That was an amazing part. The inspector came.
Oh, I
The, he,
forgot that part.
watch it. He ate the ratatouille when he ate
Okay,
it.
yeah, I need to watch it again.
Mind, his mind went back to a boy. You know,
Ugh,
you eat food like that, they take you back like that. That's some good
that's
food.
really cool. That's really neat.
Yeah. So yeah, I look. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. As some I like, comedy. I like shows that are funny, so well, okay, so I didn't know that rats were intelligent, so that's something that you have to have kind of some extra knowledge and stuff to I guess that's sort of a stereotype in media though, right? Sort of like with Templeton, the rat in Charlotte's Web,
Right.
maybe?
He was smart. Go get
Mhm.
stuff for yeah. He's nasty, but he
Yeah,
think Templeton because he was down like that may have been a Norway rat. Probably.
okay,
I never seen
okay.
him up
Uh-huh.
off stuff on there. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I want people to think this man can't be no rat doctor, the rat whisperer.
The rat whisperer. So that thing, it sounds like the thing that a lot of people would hate about encountering lots of rodents or cockroaches or something like that. That's the stuff that you enjoy, and that's why you excel at it, right? So,
I love it. Yeah, I love what I do. I really
good.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love being outside. I love meeting new people. I love being everywhere.
Mhm.
Just I love what I do. It's not a job to me.
And I mean, there's gonna be bad days with anything that you do, but that doesn't mean but if you like what you do, yeah, that's kinda stuff. It doesn't feel like work, which is ideal. So
Right.
you and your wife run the business together. So what does your wife do for this? What is her role in Pest King? Because
She's the
I've met her a couple of times. It was really fun to see her. Yeah.
she does everything I do except for the actual physical labor. she's uh she's,
Uh-huh.
she's the brains of the outfit. No, she does the admin side, sales,
Yeah.
marketing for us as well. She attends certain events just to get our name out there.
Mhm.
We're also part of the Chamber of Commerce, so she
Oh,
represents us.
good idea.
Yes, in those areas. You know, she goes and speaks for us and represents us and advertises for us, and you know make a lot of major business decisions. Also, you know, with our record keeping, bookkeeping, and
Mhm. Yeah.
you know, accounting. She's big in those areas. So when I'm out here being the
Yeah.
muscle brains,
Well, that's a great team. That's a great team for that. So, and you guys are pretty new, so you're still getting used to everything and but it sounds like you have a really good setup.
yeah, we're praying. We're walking by faith. You know,
Mhm.
all I know to now is to do is get up in the morning times and pray. You know, and ask the Most High to guide me, to give me wisdom, and help me make right decisions. And it works out that way. That way I don't get frustrated
Yeah.
trying to do it on my own.
Yeah, I mean, I try to do stuff on my own and I try to control everything and that's just an illusion. I can only
Right.
control myself, but all the rest of it
Right.
I it's best to just, do your best and then let it go.
That's
I like
right.
it because you know that.
That's right. My mom used to tell me when we was kids. She stopped worrying about things she had no control over. And I thought about that. I kept that with
Mhm.
me. If I
It's
have no
hard.
control over it, then let me back up off of it, and then we'll let God handle everything else. And
Yeah.
what God give me, I'll take care of. And it
Mhm. Yeah.
works out like that. Faith. That's key.
Well, thanks so much for sharing about that because it's always interesting to know like if someone is successful and is running a successful business, what is behind that? And for you, you prioritize things like your faith and prayer and your family, I can tell is important to you. And so those things, those are values that will I find that I've seen that pattern when people are prioritizing those things, it does seem to follow that they do well. So
Thank you. I
you're
try.
welcome. Yeah. Well, you succeed. I mean, we all I try. Every day is a new day. I like Mondays because I see it as an opportunity for a new week. I know a lot of people don't like Mondays, but
I like it. I don't care. I get started on Sundays. I'm out there.
mm, yeah,
I
I
like your
mean,
podcast.
yeah. So, oh, I'm sorry, what was the last thing?
I like your podcast. I've been checking it out. You're very diligent. I'm gonna start sharing it because I think people need to be hearing about this. This is amazing.
Oh, thank
This
you
is
so
amazing.
much.
Yes, I believe in what you do. I said I started off like I told you with 6 people on my YouTube, and then they would unsubscribe, and I get like 2 or 3, and like wow,
Yeah.
that's
It's
one,
so hard.
and then it grow, but then it'll grow. I get the growth spurts,
Mhm.
it will stop, and I've got to the point I don't care who look at them. I believe I'm doing the service. I'm
Yep,
doing what's
yep,
right. So as long as my motive is in the right place, I don't get discouraged because of the audience. Because one day
exactly.
the right person will hear what I got to say, and it'll change their life. So if we get one person's life changed by what we do, then it's well worth it. And I
Yeah,
believe in
I
that.
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. I do believe that. Yeah. So thanks so much. And you have your own YouTube channel and podcast. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Uh, sure, sure. It's called on my YouTube channel. It's a Hava Love Assembly, and a Hava is the Hebrew word for love. So it's actually just love
Hmm.
assembly. Means to provide and to protect as a privileged and precious gift. So on that channel, I have I'm a pastor over an assembly. We have worship on Saturdays. We teach what we
Okay.
call Torah. So we call our
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so we're Hebrews. That's
Hmm.
nationality. So we believe that I believe that we are people of the Bible that just by studying history, um, I've done it. I don't want to go too deep on my background but by studying history for a long period of time, come to find
Uh-huh.
out that the curses that certain things fit us as a people, the so-called African American race. Uh, so we are the true Israelites of the Bible, and I believe that wholeheartedly. And so I believe that we are in America because of our disobedience to God. We disobeyed Him. He sent His Son, to die for the our sins of the world. And we didn't even respect that. You know, and so because of our disobedience, we end up what we call the diaspora. And so my responsibility is to teach the word. So I'm a Torah teacher. I teach the Torah one chapter a week, and I go live on
Hmm.
YouTube. So that's part of my
Yeah.
podcast.
That's
Also,
cool.
I do a weekly message to
Hmm.
address these topics. Right now, I'm doing a message called "Understanding the Authority of the Father," and so I just started this past Saturday with a lesson called "Being Set Apart," how to live a set apart life. And then so that's what I have as well. Then I have a podcast on it as well. And my podcast is called Real Spill 101. And
I
we
like
put
it.
yeah, we put Real Spill 101 because we want the 101 part is the maturity part. The college level. you know, uh,
Uh, yeah,
so
yeah.
we want to have. I want you to come on there and
Okay.
promote yourself. Yes, if you want
Okay,
to,
I'll do
this
it.
Friday, you can come on there and promote your business, what you do, tell them all about yourself, and man, I think that'll be great.
Well, thank you.
Yes, because people want to watch it, and we'll be live. We're live on
Okay,
YouTube.
I'm up for it. I'm
Yes,
fine with that.
yes. I think it'll be wonderful. So we're gonna so we talk about real life issues. Whatever
Yeah.
anybody wanted to talk about, we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna use the
Hmm.
scripture to kind of incorporate it with the word. And so this past week we were talking about faith. So
Uh-huh.
this coming up, we're gonna deal with issues. My son Isaiah, he does music, so he might rap on there.
Oh, cool. That's so cool.
Yeah. We're talk about college kids stuff, what's going on, in the school, at school, what's going on, what's the new everything.
Hmm.
We're gonna bring up all issues in our
All the
community.
issues.
Yes, any kind of violence that we see going on amongst the
Yeah.
community, hurting people, everything.
Hmm.
We will allow people to have a voice to be able to express how they feel, without being negative, without being, rude, but we're gonna intelligent conversations,
I like
to a
it.
coffee drink conversation, you know.
Coffee drink. Yep. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. So, do you have your own podcast studio and everything? Do you just have? Because I just have like a basic setup. I'm slowly building my equipment.
I got my tri-beam, whatever, and my
Oh
phone.
wow.
But I
Yeah.
started using Pixel Joe.
He
And then
has a really cool studio. He has a
I
really
love
cool.
it. And so
Yeah.
we're gonna
That's so cool.
yes.
Yeah,
So
Pixel Joe, everybody needs to check him out because he
oh
has a podcast studio. You can have events there. We have our BNI meetings there. He's the videographer in our
right.
chapter. So yeah, he does cool stuff. What I like about that, so you're gonna be able to have you started that yet with him? Because I know there's multiple perspectives in the camera. There's a couple different or
It's
three different
amazing.
cameras or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me a little bit this past Friday, and I was learning how to
Yeah.
turn the cameras around and
Mhm.
music. I loved it. So I'm going this Friday. I'm gonna go a little bit earlier and gonna learn a little bit more, and gonna take some
Awesome.
classes to perfect it. But I'm gonna let him teach me. And once he teach me how to roll, I may change my location, or I just may just support him because he was so kind. He was very kind to me and patient, and
He is.
so I think
I'm
I
so
think
glad.
he was very kind. He
He
man,
is. Yeah.
he's throwing out all kind of ideas. Like wow. So he gave us
He's so
ideas.
good at ideas.
Oh yeah,
I
bring it
had a
by.
one-to-one with him, and most of the time he was just helping me and giving me ideas. And,
Yeah,
very small part of it was me helping him at all, trying to get ideas of how to refer him. So he is an extremely helpful individual. Like you said, just that he just wants to help other people.
yeah. He's he's
Hmm.
been a good guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
He gave
He's
us a
he's
chance.
awesome.
I'm gonna take advantage of it. I believe it was God. I
Yeah.
fell in love
Yeah.
with that video he made during his presentation.
That was so good. I
I
laughed a
said,
lot, but it was also very high quality.
yeah.
It was the most
Yeah.
entertaining presentation I've seen
I'm scared
ever.
now. I don't know what to do.
I know. Like, how do I follow that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be that good.
right. I got me some cards. My name is Kerry.
Yeah. Here's my cards. Mhm. Yeah. No, you'll do great. When's your presentation? Is it coming up pretty soon?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know I'm scheduled upcoming sometime. I guess I'll find out. I think I'm on the schedule for some kind of future thing.
I wouldn't mind being on there maybe like June, July, like on down the road.
Mm. What's the busiest time of year for you for Pest King? What's the
Right
busiest?
now, right
Right
now.
now? Okay.
Uh,
Mhm.
it's finna get up, and I start my mosquito services also next month. So
Okay.
we spray
Because
some
that's to
mosquitoes.
gear up
Yeah,
for the summer, right?
yeah.
Because We
Could be
had
like,
mosquitoes in Washington State, that's where I'm from, but yeah, the summertime was extra bad. I even had to have a mosquito netting over my bed. It
yeah.
was just really severe, but in one place we lived, yeah.
What part of
So
Washington State?
Eastern Washington, so like the desert part, near Tri-Cities and Yakima, about 3 hours from Seattle.
Okay.
So,
My
mhm.
brother used to live in Seattle.
Okay, yeah, I do have relatives there, and I think Seattle's really cool. I love it every time I visit. Their weather's nice.
Now
It's
I
moderate,
heard it rains all the time.
It does, I mean, it depends on I mean, if the rain would bother somebody like the cloudy weather, it might be a bit much, but I know in the summer, it's not super high humidity, it's just very, like it's less rain, I think,
Yeah.
because I stayed there for about a month in the summer, it was very moderate temperatures, it was amazing. So maybe you could just go live there for a month in the summer, with your family and
I want to go
go
visit
visit
now.
your family. Yeah,
Man,
you
I want to
should
go visit.
because that's a good place to cool off in the summer for because it's not crazy weather, yeah.
Also, is it
Mhm.
like grassy and a lot of trees because of the rain, or how is the landscape?
Yeah, so the landscape, I know that there's a lot of greenery because of the rain and everything. It's a city environment in a lot of places, but there's a lot of trees, but they tend to build things upward because there's not a lot of space to build
Like,
outward. And so it is different. I mean, I'm sure you've been there if your brother lives there.
feel like
So
New York.
yeah, yeah, a little bit like that on a smaller scale. Yeah. They get earthquakes sometimes. It's usually them that you hear about that. But yeah, it's a cool place.
I want to check it out. I like to travel.
Yeah, me too. I love to travel and, yeah, there's a Space Needle. Let me know if you're gonna go because I know of some places there. Because you were telling me about New York on Friday and a lot of stuff. Because 'cause I've only been there once, so there's a lot that I don't know, but yeah. So that's cool. Do you travel with your family a lot then?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna drive no more. I
You
drove to
don't
New York
drive anymore?
twice. I drove to New
Just
York twice.
flights? Oh,
I
you
said,
do?
you know what?
That's
It'd be
isn't
better.
that's a
Like,
long
it's probably 15 hours from my house. I think my first time we drove was we made like 21 hours. We stopped a lot, ate and
yeah.
sightseeing,
I mean,
and
you
then
kinda have to make it enjoyable,
I'm like, man,
you
why
know?
you trying to stay woke and I don't want to be
Yeah,
talking.
gotta bring the snacks with you to
Right. So I said,
stay
I
awake.
think if you go get some fly, get a couple $100, you be there in
Mhm.
2 hours.
That's so great. So it's 2 hours from here. Do you just fly out of Huntsville or Atlanta or
Nashville.
Mhm. Yeah, Nashville. Because 'Cause I've been hearing that Atlanta and Nashville has better, uh, I guess more options or sometimes it's a little cheaper 'cause, um,
Mhm.
yeah, I have to fly back at Christmas time, and I'm just trying to figure out how to make it affordable. Yeah, but that's, cool.
Drive. Whew.
Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about today? I wanna make sure you got the opportunity to discuss whatever you that's relevant to you right now.
Oh, I'm good. I just want to thank you for allowing me to be on the podcast. I really enjoyed myself. Really
Oh,
enjoyed
good. Yeah,
myself.
thank you so
Uh,
much. I enjoyed having you, and I'm so glad that you shared your time with us today. I'm thankful for that. I love interviewing people and having people on the podcast. So
yeah,
I really appreciate it. And and it is pretty small at the moment, but I just keep going one episode at a time. So
it's gonna grow. It's gonna. If we get this, when we get everything, if you send it to me, or when you put it on
hmm
YouTube,
yeah.
upload it, send it to me. I'm going to most
Yeah,
definitely
I'll
share it.
send it to you. I will definitely send it to you. All right, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. We'll go ahead and stop the recording.